Well, Wonder, your take on this Nkwanta issue and its impact, especially on the education in the area?
It's a concern. We have to look at it from the broader perspective, like my own brother has insinuated already. Conflicts have not played any good role in any country's development. I mean, it's always a retrogressive tool in any environment, and that's why things like coup, which eventually results in the civil unrest and all that, have always, been a point of retrogression for almost all countries that you find around the world. As we speak, Togo, there's some civil unrest in Togo at the moment, and you don't want to see the same. It's crazy, it's worrying, and those of us who have ties, who know people there, who are close to Togo and live very close to the border and all that, understand what it is, the level of interaction we have, economic interaction, social interaction.
Understand the economic activities around our flower is currently struggling.
Yes, immediately all those things going to a halt, and our mothers are struggling. Growing up, my mom always go to sell in Togo and back to Ghana. I mean, she was into fishmongering. She's a fishmonger, and I'm a product of fishmongering. So you will have to cross over, go do business, and come back. Now with the unrest in Togo, immediately economic activity halts around the border. I'm saying this in line with what is likely to happen in the Nkwanta region. We're told that two tribes, the Adele, Achode, and Chala communities, all of them in the Nkwanta South, that's in the Oti region, were the groups that had the misunderstanding. If I can give a background, in November 2023, for instance, there were clashes and markets were burned during the Yam Festival. And 8 people were killed. That is just 2023 in November. Then a few things happened. And at this point, let me first of all call on the Peace Council. I don't know if the new council has been formed yet. But if the old ones are still at post, let me call on Peace Council to do a good job on this matters. You see, we shouldn't always wait for elections for Peace Council to become active.
Right.
This is the time. These conflicts are issues that I feel Peace Council should be up and doing. Commission for Civic Education, National Commission for Civic Education. These are opportunities for them to get involved. You see, some of these conflicts are of, very minor disagreements. Disagreements over libation pouring. Who is legit to pour libation, or who has a land somewhere, who is the ownership of the land, or who owns a certain farm, or who owns a certain shrine, or a certain traditional authority or council. It's always about, things that are personal, and religious in nature to the people. And I think that these are things that Peace Council, in collaboration with National Commission for Civic Education, should collaborate, preempt, be able to get in quickly before we start losing lives. If in November 2023, 8 lives were lost, and today another, in that 8 lives being lost, about 17 fatalities. The police made arrest of 200 people, 69 or so were detained at the time and all that. What has happened over the period? I think it's worrying, and we need to find a lasting solution. In January 2025, there was also hostilities, like what is happening right now. Government actually instituted curfew. So as we speak, we're supposed to have curfew in that area, if my memory serves me right, as to how that was breached and people are doing their own thing. It's worrying. In any case, it happened during the day. So even if there was curfew, the curfews are normally in the evenings and all that. So we will call on the police, the National Peace Council, and the Commission for Civic Education to collaborate. You see, these are things that people just need to be educated. Once you educate them, you give them the information, you explain to them why there is no need to fight. Because at the end of the day, you don't get what you want. You fight, I fight, nobody gets it. So what's it? What is it? Why don't we agree that, okay, this year you do it, the following year I do it? It's very easy to rotate. I remember many years ago when we used to have challenges even at the student front. One of the things that was done those days was that the leadership of the student front was being rotated. This year is Legon, another year is UCC, another year then goes to KNUST and all that. That seemingly solved the problem for a while, until recent times that we're seeing some challenges again when we changed our constitution and all that. So rotational, approach to solving peace right. I mean, what I'll call it? What will I give it?
Disturbances.
Yeah, disturbances where people feel that they have an inalienable right to a certain good or opportunity or property can always be rotated.
But for the security services, do you think owing to the volatility of the area, they should have been able to pick some intel, especially knowing that the season for the Yam Festival was approaching?
Actually, government, you see, what is happening right now is actually an affront to the security services because, like I told you, there's a curfew in the area. Government has put a hold on the celebration. Nobody should pour libation. No group should pour libation. But we have seen some, call it a dissident group that have decided to do their own thing against the law. First of all, that is flouting public order, and they should be taken, for what it is. So it is not as though the security service they don't even see. They saw it, or they must have seen it or preempted it by instituting the public order or the no libation pouring from any of the factions. However, this is one of those that security challenges you have to deal with. So I believe that the national security, I don't know if it's BNI that will go into it, the police service, the National Peace Council, the Civil Commission for Civic Education, collaborate quickly. Let's resolve this. Nkwanta is not a very big place like that. It's just for the economic activity that makes it very large a town. But you can actually see the land size of Nkwanta and resolve it. Now, don't forget, we are told, we are picking intel that one of the guys that was shot is also one of belonging to one of the factions within the Boku area. And that is also brewing some tension already. We want to call on them to exercise some restraint. I think that we have all agreed that it's a stray bullet. The police have confirmed it's a stray bullet. It wasn't targeted at the guy. And so let's see that these things don't escalate. When it escalates, it hurts everybody. Listen, all the food stuff you get in this country, especially fish coming from those areas, what's the name of this area? Where they do the fishing along the northern part of
where the Yeji area,
the Yeji areas and all those are the include we'll be using to come to Accra. So it affects all of us, even down here in Accra. And we should be involved, we should be interested, government must be interested, and we must find the culprits and give them the appropriate punishment.
Right.